Good morning to each and every one of you all, and welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Just to give you an idea of the time so you'll understand the overhead lighting and the conditions. It is now 11:30 Barbados style, and it is Monday, the 7th of October. I'm not sure what day you will see this, so if there's rain outside your window when you're watching this here, don't assume that this side of the island is bright sunshine, because right now it's like that. We are focusing on that break right now at this present time. We just did so on our live vlog. We did a live vlog sharing this serenity and peace with everyone, but our intentions to get our 4K resolution videos, the hidden beaches and treasures of Barbados, is to do so at the better time, with the better light, and also with the higher resolution, which we can share with you. That's what's happening right now. However, when we come to areas like this here, and this is what we want to get the footage of for you, we're not going to do it and forget what anyone else that may be encountering challenging conditions today, having a hard Monday at work, that just needs to get a little mental and physical escape. Even if they can't get here physically, they can at least walk with us on our own stroll that we're going to do. It's the Journey 246, so they can also share on some of this piece as well. And if you were this morning watching live, then you would understand what we mean. We just want to make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to share serenity such as this. However, today we're focusing on bringing this to you all in 4K resolution, areas that you cannot get with any signal. There are spots all through here that your whole video will get disrupted, and all kind of terrible pixely conditions and etchy conditions. So this is Martin's Bay. Just tell you a little bit about it. In Martin's Bay, the only real public facilities are the fish market, and all, which is very small, and also Bay Tavern. Bay Tavern has been known for years. They were an original small little shadow home above. When they started to get so big that they decided what to do is build a bigger place just below which you're in now. Then COVID came along, and the popular Thursdays fish fries that they used to have, where you used to have thousands of people. This event here was only rivaled by Q&A community. Thousands of people on Thursday for their fish fry. Used to happen down here. You couldn't get a park anytime after midday, and it went on rain to late hours of the night because the amount of people. However, things have changed. They're still open 7 days a week from 12 until 4, generally 4 or 5 for lunch, and if you want to get drinks, or if you want on a Thursday, that will go a little bit later because they have a resident DJ that plays with them. They will play some music and stuff, so you'll probably stay on until like 7 o'clock. But that's Bay Tavern. A lot of people don't come down in here, avoid it, and it's not because it's not beautiful, and not because you can't find an amazing amount of peace down here. The problem is the roads coming down here are terrible disrepair. So if you're coming any of the 3 entrances or exits to this place here, get ready for a very rough ride. Take your time, because the roads are really terrible. So a lot of people that are doing island tours are not coming down in here. They're bypassing the top and continuing across the ridge and going up into Bath, where's on the road construction right now, that general area. But that would generally be where people will go, or up over Newcastle Hill, up St. John's Church, and then turn inland from there. However, this is one of the most beautiful places in Barbados, Martin's Bay. Very laid back, very similar to what it was years and years ago. Most buildings down here still have wooden shingle. There's a lot of new structures or replacement structures that have been put up like these. They're obviously for better weathering and things, but you will also find a lot of places down here like this where people just couldn't afford to maintain the property, or went overseas and left the property, and this is how it's looking right now. But down in here, it gets the full brunt of all the elements consistently. Bath Beach as well, anywhere along this coastline. But this is a beautiful, quaint little town. There's a little fishing market just up there where you see the lower coconut trees over the rocks. That grove, that's where there's a little fish market where the fishermen go from here, bring in fish and catches here. So you can get from there as well. And the walk along here is along the original train line of Barbados. So we're taking a piece of that today. We've done all of these on live vlogs before, but not very good condition. And this is Jeanette's baby, and she wants it in high resolution. She wants to take you to these hidden beaches and treasures of Barbados, and that's what we're going to do. I'm actually very passionate about doing it. I'm having a wonderful time. Last week we did 12 lives, 12 videos. So very hectic week. But we want to build the foundation for what she's working on. So that will come in due course. You will be notified bit by bit. We're not going to tell you too much more about it, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you're viewing this here, you already know about what we're doing, because this will be a part of the release. It won't be going up beforehand. So you would already know about the hidden beaches and treasures, and you already know exactly what they are, because you would have found out how to get to them and view them and everything else. So you would need to do. So that part is not a surprise for you at the time you view it. It's a surprise for anyone that's viewing it now, which is not, because we are doing this here and setting it up in private until we actually open it up the way we plan to. All right, so the train line comes right along under all the hills. Obviously trains those days, in fact even trains now on those metal lines could not go up, or steel lines could not go up and over those mounds. They would stay low. So all of the train line in Barbados that ran from the crane, it used to turn along the coastline from the crane and come down the back of Concept Bay, etc., come this whole way down. They were all right down on a lower elevation. So majority of the actual train line, except for the remaining spikes that stick up, you would not even know there was a train line here, because there's just a few spikes. You find them in Martins Bay, you find a lot of them along the same route. We're not into Conga Bay, into Bath Beach, going the way we're going now. You'll see them if we can show you, we'll show you, so you understand. So Barbados has lost tremendous amounts of its shoreline. These trees we talked about originally, where you're seeing the wet rocks here, that's the darker rocks right by the edge here. That is where this cliff would have come out to, because I remember it quite well up in those days at an angle, because it actually would have come out like just say 6 or 8 feet in front of these trees and then start to go off at an angle similar to what you're seeing here. But there was a lot more earth here, and that's all gone. Trees are dropping now, some have actually fallen already. The rocks you're seeing on all these beaches on this side of the island, you may have heard this before, but maybe you haven't. These are all coming out of the actual makeup of the coral, of the cliffs here. This is what you'll find on this side of the island. A lot of these rough. I don't know why I'm talking to you all from all up here. I'm on a 4K, I don't have any problem signal. I can go down inside and explain it to you. Alright, so all of the cliffs, not all, but majority cliffs along this side of the island, and this area, especially the southeast areas, these are all made up of coral heads, yes, but they're also surrounded by this type of stuff: clay, mud, silt, loose rocks, loose coral and stuff. So the weathering, as the swells come in and hit these embankments, all of these rocks are coming out of there. These weren't put here manually and then filled and then put coconut trees on top. This is how this was, but remember, it was much further out here. So all of these coral heads that you're seeing here, these are where these would have had originally this same type of cliff on it. All the ones up here that you're seeing here in the water, that's where the land would have been before it was eaten out, or majority of it. Actually, it would have been out there anyhow when it started rising, because we're a coral island. So as soon as it came out, the weaker matter would get eaten out. So that would have probably been the same thing as here, and there may have more of those coral heads behind this here. Hopefully it doesn't get too much more erosion out here, because it's really done a lot of damage to sunny foundations, sunny homes, this giant area and stuff. All right, so walking on these rocks, look, people may say, well, that's a nice area to walk on. No, you got to be careful out here, because these rocks slide on each other like crazy. They're very smooth, and of course they just roll on top of each other. So they're just sitting here, so you come across here and step on an angle, a steep angle or something like that, is very likely it's going to slide with you. So be careful on this type of surface if you are going to be encountering this on your walking. Beautiful. Yes, again, we picked low tide for you, because low tide is one of the things that are important. We like the sun as well too, because we want to be able to give you really sharp and high crisp colors and stuff during our 4Ks. However, if there's a little rain, it's not a big problem, but generally we look for a good day with not a lot of wind, so we can bring you on this side of the coastline. We go anywhere else where there's wind, but on this side here, we're a lot of unknown areas that we want to bring your attention to. We will come over here under the better conditions, low tide for sure, so we can show you the kind of reef formations and stuff, and also light winds where we can talk to you with a good audio without too much disruptions of the wind blow and stuff. Even although we have on our dead cat mic, it still happens if the winds pick up. And also we will look for the, as I said before, the colors, for the brightness, which would involve having a bright day like this here. It's really beautiful. Still got some clouds though, they're cooling clouds, thank goodness, because today beastly hot, as in every day so far this week. Actually every day for as far back as I can sort of remember. We're going to look through at Ladder Rock again, check out this break. So you see, as we get around here, you begin to understand the left that comes off here. We're not talking about the below section where you see the wall. It's this left here that starts to build and comes further off the reef and gets even better and better and better. We're going to show you that in a minute. We make our way across here. Don't worry, there are more sets coming. It's been picking up since I got here, so definitely more sets are coming our way, so you can enjoy them for sure. All right, usual drainage areas. All of them had to be gable, because the same thing we talked about before the gables were put in. All the side panels of these cliff areas where the water was coming out were getting eaten off and dropping away. So this is done manually, where cages are made here. Then they're hand loaded. The rocks are brought here, but then they're hand loaded into the cage itself, or majority of it anyhow, and then they're obviously tied together with some wrap wire and stuff. keep them in place, forming a wall without actually putting a concrete wall. Beautiful out here, really beautiful. You know, this, I'll tell you, Jeannette is not only an amazing woman, but she also has a gift of knowing things that will sort of like reignite and give us a surge of energy and stuff. This pet baby of hers, what we're doing right now, is something that we have toyed with occasionally, but never in a serious way. This is something that she is coming with that I'm sure you're gonna appreciate. It's gonna be really high quality of Barbados. You're watching this, you will know it is gonna be high quality of Barbados. And as I said before, conditions are not only gonna be days when a brilliant sunshine, we also want to make you aware of how the area is looking where before it commercializes or gets really developed, as we're seeing down here. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes time. But you can see the set, how much better it is from here, and we're going to get more views of it, so we're not going to waste too much more time on this one location. Again, we're doing the same thing, we're walking off onto these loose rocks, so please be careful. Yes, I have gone down numerous times on these before. Luckily, I was sort of like understand it was going to happen before it actually happened, so I was able to break my fall once. I went up pretty hard, but that happens. It's all to do with the, you know, this is not something we do like once a blue moon. We do this regularly, so, you know, you come across things like this here. As a human being, you're going to sort of like throw caution to the wind when you do something quite a few times. Because when we do something quite a few times, we tend to think that we have it so covered and so under control that nothing's going to happen. And if it does happen, we know exactly countermeasures we're going to take, etc., etc. Bugger down. That doesn't happen all the time, though, as you, myself, and everybody knows. So many times, although we know about taking caution, we push the envelope a little bit because we are so familiar with a said area or conditions that we push the envelope. We do that as well on this journey because we want to bring in the most beautiful parts of Barbados that we can possibly bring you. I don't know what this is going on up here. I'm not sure if it's a private home or what. I know the development has been going on for a little while now. We actually watched this here and knew about it before they put up any of these gable structures. We came through here. This is all pasture land. When our first set of vlogs, I mean like 3.5 years ago, we would have walked up that hill to just show you a scenic view from up there in one of the very speculative vlogs, and there was nothing out here. So we've been watching this here developing. They have made some steps on the beach, which is a really good thing because it now permits people to get down to the beach where you really couldn't on these rock face here. We've already explained why that would have been risky, and not only that, you wouldn't want to take your mother or anyone that's having any kind of difficulty to this beach, that's for sure. Period, it wouldn't, because there are too many rocks down below. There's no sand here. To walk on it, you would need good stability. So just remember that if you're coming over here to explore, you're going to need good stability. I wouldn't even recommend beach shoes down here on this coastline. Definitely hikers all the way. Again, you don't want to be limited on what you're doing. So we're going to keep watching this here because anything that starts to develop around this area here or anywhere in Barbados, we like to just keep an eye on it, just to know where it's going and stuff like that. So you see there's a car park here, so it means you can drive, apparently. I don't know if you can drive down a hill here. Anyone can drive down here and park, but I would have to think so because that is a public road that comes down there. So this is a beautiful property though. This is lovely. Can you imagine the views from here? I love how it's finished too. It sort of like gives it a look of tropically wooded area or something. What's up, brother? Beautiful house, man. Beautiful work. Is it your place? They're lovely, man. Cheese on breads. Enlighten me, man. Enlighten me, because we do vlogs. We do vlogs 3.5 years. So I remember when it was a pasture.
That would be a bar.
A bar? Oh, nice, man. So this is your parking spot. No, but man, it's public. I know, but this is where you're gonna have for parking and stuff. You'll have some parking for folks. Right. Good man. Good man. Thanks for letting us know. So when you expect this? Huh? Man, I love it. I think theming it with the bamboo and also with the bamboo effect and the wooded effect. Correct. It blends with iron. You know, I am tired of seeing concrete going all over this island and taking away all the ambience. I mean, although here's beautified and stuff, I mean, you look at here, you're not seeing a big ugly structure.
Correct.
I'm not calling people's properties ugly, so get that clear. I gotta say it on the vlog, so on a video. But I like to see people that try and put a building in place that actually fits the surroundings. Yeah, man. So you actually opening the bar here?
No, not me, the owner.
Right.
Just want to work.
Oh, okay. Nice. It's beautiful, man. Really beautiful. What will you keep it?
Me and 2 other carpenters did that.
Beautiful, man. Well, congratulations on your work. Well done, brother. I see your passion is in it. You love it, man. Your passion is in it. You know, you didn't just build it and walk away and say, yeah, they build that. You actually talk about it, about the burn and about, you know, cosmetics and stuff over here.
Other people contribute, man.
Man, nice, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful, man. Thanks, sir. All right, cool, man. All All right, so you just heard that this is actually going to be a bar coming up. We're going to find out more about that. If someone knows about it, you could drop us the information in the chat section here. It's nice to be able to give information if we have it right now. If not, no big deal. All right, so these are the steps that are going down to the beach. As you can see, it is public access, because they said it's on a public road. But they're talking about possibly further parking further up as well. So, as I said, we were watching and see what's going on. But this is where you could get married. I can see that already being set up for stuff such as that. Beautifully landscaped. I mean, they're what you gotta call beautiful. I am just hoping that remains this way. At least the steps that public can get onto the beach and stuff, and remains that way, because this is stunning. This should be enjoyed by all. And also, if the bar is open, you want anybody to be able to walk out here and get their drinks or come out here and relax. Get out here, it's beautiful. Check out the landscaping. I remember in here was all slid rocks. This whole section here is so well laid out and taking the pressure off the lower section by having all the different reinforced sections to hold the weight. So as you go down step by step, it's not getting all of the big weight on it. It's sort of like suppressing it on the way down. Beautiful. All right, so this is lava rock. It's a very good spot for a bar as well too. So this could become a surfer's bar, especially if they're the right kind of waves and stuff. But this is lava rock. It's beautiful. And this is Martin's Bay, as we said before. This is the full view of Martin's Bay. We've done vlogs from here up to that corner, the furthest point, just around the furthest point actually, but it was not good at all. We didn't even know at the time. That was when we were first starting out. And then from there up to Congo Bay, there's absolutely no Congo Bay. There's no signal whatsoever. So there are areas that we want to show you, and we're going to be showing you in higher resolution, because we're not affected by the signal. So why not just push it right up to as high as we can go? Well, we could go to 8K, but it will overheat the camera. Then we won't be able to bring you the kind of duration that we want to, because we want you to walk step by step with us, side by side, walk step by step. Jeannette and myself looking for the company to make sure that when we're on the journey, we have others that are going with us towards a positive light, obviously that are willing to share love and kindness and happiness as well. Very nice layout up here. Very, very nice layout. I don't know enough about it to tell you much more than what we have heard ourselves just now. That's all I can really say, but what I can say is this is absolutely spectacular up here. I don't know if it's going to become a shelf bar or something right here. I'm not too sure what this will serve. Maybe a counter right across the middle or something, but we'll see that as it goes on. These guys here are doing some beautiful work. I love the burn wood. It's just stunning. All right, so we're going to make our way back on again. So it looks as though this may be the way for the bar, very possibly, and then public access to the beach, very possibly, because just the way it's structured. I don't know, that's speculation over here. Don't take me too serious on that. We will know in time, because we will be monitoring it, as I said before. It's a very popular hiker's route. A lot of people will utilize this here for sure. However, you will need to be fairly fit. You will need to be very sturdy underfoot, and you need to have on your right foot gear. Don't come out here pumping with running shoes or nothing. So I'm not saying it can't be done, but remember, you want maximum protection for your feet and ankles when you're on these walks. So therefore, you're gonna want to wear something strong that comes up mid-cut at least. Wow, look at how this has changed, man. I don't use the word flabbergasted, because that may come out wrong opinion. I am blown away at what I'm seeing here. I mean, literally blown away. There's so much money that's been invested in tearing this section so that it would not slide. This is a huge, huge project. A massive project. Look, the old kiln fire and everything over there, beautiful. This is an amazing project that's going on here. I'm really thrilled to hear what's going on. I'd like to see all the woodwork still going on and stuff. And felt beautiful and lovely. Now this is the actual hiker's route and stuff, so this would have to be left open for us to come through. And I'm saying that because I would imagine it would be. Last time we came down here, there was a big mound over here. We perched ourselves in rock where you see cliff edge. That's where we perched and sat and brought you a live vlog from there, sunrise vlog from there. So it has changed tremendously since we were here last time, just in a matter of months. Maybe about a year now, could be as much as a year that we haven't been this section, because we've done the other section, but not down here because we lacked the signal. But this is where we were perched. It was a much higher rock here, like a big head of coral right here. But it may look that way because of all this is being built up, because this actually used to go off like a drop off kind of thing into a little ravine kind of walk through area. You can go back and put in Martin's Bay and have a look for yourself, because we do have them up there. Archives of Barbados as it was. Archives of Barbados is how it is, and hopefully archives of how Barbados will become. Alright, so beautiful. There's a lot of rock, the break. Anybody knows that name, or most people know that name, have surfed out here, and it's a really good break. But again, you have to get it at the right time. It's not something you can say, all right, today got a north swell, we go out there, because the wind has to be right. Right now it's perfect. It's a side-on wind, so it's going to funnel right into the barrels. Absolutely perfect conditions. But it's a little bit stronger now. So we'll see how that goes on, because we're walking in that direction to bring you that beauty of Barbados right onto your screen and let you walk with us side by side. Yeah, up here has changed a lot. We got a lot of still shots from up here as well. I never thought I would have to take a still shot of the hill to here. I always took from the hill. I never realized. So Jeannette would have had that, because she takes pictures of everything. She has an amazing eye. She sees things that I don't see until she actually shows me the picture, and I say, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? Don't know. Big set coming through. Give you the opportunity to watch this here now. As you can see, lines are beginning to shape up out here. This is the Hurricane Leslie that's in our north of east of where we are. It's not posing any threat, or it doesn't. There's no indications it's going to pose a threat to us or the other Leeward Islands, but that's going to be pushing some swells, and it started to generate these swells today, because, well, yesterday evening, because yesterday morning when we were on the other side, we weren't seeing any of this. Day before we did, off of the one that went through Kurt, but this one here, Leslie, is going to be interesting to see what happens with the seawise conditions. Beautiful, 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 beautiful coastline. Absolutely amazing coastline. Now, these are real hidden treasures we're going to be treating you to. Our journey is going to be from here to Glenburnie. So we're going to make a traction in this way. It's going to be about an hour's vlog, I would think, overall. We already got 20 minutes on the belt, and we really haven't done too much except for just show you some amazing beauty. And that's what we're here to do anyhow. The walk over here changes up a little bit. You have to go slightly in, come back down, but we're going to take the walk on the coastline as close as possible. All these areas of slip, we've had casuarina trees that have gone down out here. We've also had coconut trees that have gone down out here. You can see a casuarina tree over there hanging right over now, just waiting to get dislodged from the actual side here, but you can also see in the bottom. I'll show you. You see also the ones that have fallen. There are many of them that have fallen out here on this coastline. That's one just down there. Remember, the casuarina has a long, shallow root. So if it loses too much land, unlike the coconut tree, which can survive into big leans, the casuarina tree is going to go down pretty quickly, because the roots will just get shredded up from the land out here, because they don't go very deep. This is the journey to 4-6. This journey started out on my journey originally, where I was completely lost and I had nowhere to turn whatsoever. The only place I could resort to was on my knees, something I had not done since 14 years old. On that day, all of my fears, all of my addictions, all of my craziness seemed to have left me. And I got up with one intention, and the intention of what I was asked to do, to give away all the blessings that are bestowed on me. And the blessings would be love, kindness, care, compassion. We live that way every day of life. It is challenging sometimes. We are human. So don't think that it's because you do it, that, you know, it's fine, it's going to continue that way all the time. It doesn't. It disappears from you if you don't continuously practice it. Even on days that you feel down and stuff, you need to keep practicing it, keep sharing the love, because love is something that will disintegrate if you don't continue experiencing it, sharing it and feeling it. So make sure and do that. That helps you to get through a hard day. Sometimes we don't have a corner to turn, we don't have a way out, but then we think of those that love us and know their love that we have tomorrow morning when we wake up. As long as we wake up and they wake up, that love will be shared again and again. So love is very, very critical. So that's what we would do. We just basically share the blessings. However, then Jeannette 2 years ago met me. Well, she was online for a long time. I used to tease her every day in the vlogs, telling people don't go too close to the edge, and tease her terribly. And I remember when we met her, she was an amazing woman. And then later on we found out we shared similar likes for each other, and that's where our journey started 2 years ago. And since that day, we have had nothing but beauty and peace and happiness between ourselves. Of course, we face challenges every day, but having those other foundations I just mentioned, they're the things that will keep us fresh and keep us going and keep us determined and keep us inspired. All right, so this chain link fence is new compared to the last time I came through here. I came through here with our hikologists, surfologists. This wasn't here. I guess people, because it's become more popular for hikers, people may be varying off a little bit. Not that they're doing anything that was undesirable, maybe just taking pictures or something. and therefore people are just making marks to their boundaries. Beautiful, beautiful photo ops all over here. I don't know what the conditions will be like when they come back up. I don't know if I'll have any battery life or not, but if I are, I will get something like this, but I'll still give you 20 seconds to take this in, known as the EMC photo op. This is going to be 20 seconds of silence. Breathe this in and enjoy this. Hopefully this will bring the calmness to pacify you on this day if it has been difficult for you so far. Here you go. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure that's exactly 20 seconds, but pretty close to it, I would think. All right, so you would hear a lot of strange things when we were walking. You hear darker makers. That would be our specially designed shades. They're called darker makers. You would then hear things like 4x4s. That would be these boots that I have on, which would be hikers. You would hear 2x2s, which would be the software or track shoes. Or you might hear 1x1s, which would be slapping your foot, or a pair of slippers. So there are a couple of things. You hear EMC Circle of Love, which is where we turn in a circle, let you enjoy as though you're actually here looking around you. That is done in silence. We have a EMC 360, which is talking through one of those same circles as well. We have the EMC 180. We have all kinds of things called EMC, as you would probably know, we are real aware of. All right, right next to us here, the outer section goes off very quickly. So it looks as though it's a dense area with a lot of build up, but it's not. It actually goes off quite quickly. Look at it here, let's see. So be wary when you're out here. Sometimes you may see something that's slipped away. Just be careful. Look where you're walking out here for sure. If you're walking in an area that's very close, put a 45-degree angle on just to make sure you keep yourself protected as you're going your way through. This is beautiful. This is a trek that is absolutely gorgeous. The sun is really hot. My preference for out here would be, if I was just taking pictures and walking through the hike itself, would be morning time early. I would say even sunrise would be more likely that kind of time, which we like anyhow. Now that would be the preference for it, because out here gets extremely hot. Make sure and bring water when you're coming out here. If you're not walking with a friend, have a phone with you for sure, just in case you slip or anything like that. You won't be able to get in contact with someone. All right, again, we're seeing the angles we came across up there. See all the casuarinas about to fall, as we had talked about before. All of the land that's there is all slipped away over time. That would be from rain and also from pounding of big surf as well. It's beautiful out here. This is Serenity beyond words. I'm going to walk for a few seconds to let you enjoy this here and just be casting on the camera, so for you to enjoy what we're taking in. You can go down these beaches, but very uncomfortable to walk on with these rocks. Hikers, no hikers, barefoot, no matter what, very uncomfortable. So it's not something that I would advocate doing unless you really want to. Beautiful Barbados, man. My goodness gracious me. I'll tell you, all the years I've been living here, I don't think there's ever been a day that I've not appreciated the beauty around me. The only thing difference is now compared to my previous times before I got on the journey is that I am taking in things that I never saw before, because they never caught my interest. Now everything, like here, all nature, everything captures my interest. Look at that big rock up there, that's waiting to come down from up there. The underneath of it, all looking a little bit slippery right here to this side itself. You know, we don't know when that will come down, but it's just a beauty, little things that I never saw before. I would have walked through here and never seen that, you know. Walked through here and never really appreciated the low tide, because I just want to get from A to B. Now I'm really taking everything in, just absorbing everything possible. Last time we came through the hike, all just off season, that lost Sea Grape. So let's see what happens now when we go through. Sea Grape Police is one of our long time walkers. She always defends the Sea Grape. I always put it down just to annoy her. So, you can find different times of year, different sections of the island, you'll find different maturities of sea grapes. You don't know if it's the weather conditions or whatever, but that will definitely, you will see that for sure. Right now, nothing out here. Most of the places that we've traveled, over the last 2 days have had little ones or blossoms. These have nothing on them as yet, so different for sure. I saw a group of about 6 people, visitors, coming down through here earlier on when we were sitting up in Martins Bay doing our live broadcast. So it has become very popular. You know, I actually met 2 couples a little bit before we started my live and also this video. Was telling them about the journey and what we do. I said that we really shouldn't do that because we bring everyone to these places and it will soon be overrun with a lot of tourists. Well, our journey that we're on, as I explained to them, consists of sharing the beauty that we see in life, sharing visions that calm us and bring us peace, sharing adventures that others can enjoy. Our journey is not about caring, about keeping, not caring, bad word, about keeping places a secret because we don't want people to see them. We want people to see this. We want people to realize that when they're lying in a beach chair over on the south coast, and then next year they're saying, where are we going to go on vacation? I don't want to go back to Barbados because I'm tired of doing that. Tired of Barbados. Not tired of Barbados, tired of looking to see things to do. So we are bringing other stuff for you to see that you can do. I don't mind if I walk through here and see 20 people. If that's the case, it happens. I mean, I like my Serenity and I will go at sunrise in the morning and won't see nobody down here at all. But if I see 20 people now, I don't have a problem with that because they're finding the beauty and peace out here. What I have a problem is if they come out here and damage anything, disrupt anything, litter out here, or do any foolishness. I have a problem with that. So while we bring you on these adventures and show you these beautiful places and the slip-offs that you can easily go down because of the sea great leaves are all littered here that will slide top each other, so be very wary. While we're going on our adventures in Barbados, we will make you aware of that as well. You know, don't, if you're going to the beach yourself, you're going for a day, you're going to spend some time at the beach, or anyhow, just take a little bag with you, and that way then you can pick up some stuff. It doesn't have to be your garbage. If you just have a piece of plastic near the sea, think of what is going to happen if you don't pick up that plastic. One is, you're not going to have any impact on the person that dropped it because they're no longer there and they really honestly don't care. 2 is that you're going to impact the sea life in Barbados, which is something we don't want. And 3 is, you're helping life in general. You're being and making it a better place. Out here is so beautiful. I got to give you these little views as we take little lookouts because I don't want to keep these to myself. These are just too beautiful. It's a thrill to bring in this 4K. Jeannette, I thank you so very much for all of your input. I keep telling you that every day. I tell you how amazing you are every day because there's no day that comes along that I don't get amazed by you. So I'll keep telling you that all the time. But one thing for sure is I can make sure that whenever I'm anywhere like this and I feel something, I have to thank you because I wouldn't have come down here at this time of day and I probably wouldn't have come down here unless I was going on a hike with people because of the fact that it's a little bit lonely, which I'm not too concerned over because I'm by myself and generally think I'll be fine. I don't think there's a problem there. But also that I'm coming down here to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful place and I wouldn't have had a signal. So I want to be able to share it and therefore I would have said, no, I'm not going there today. I get somewhere I could share a signal because I want everybody to see. Well, Jeannette has made it possible for everybody to see. Everybody to see in better resolution than they've ever seen it on the journey before. All this reef is going to disappear as the tide starts to come in. You won't see any of that reef at all. You can see by the growth of moss on the top of it that that's consistently underwater. It will only come underwater for low tides. Otherwise, and it still gets splashed, which will keep the moss thing alive. But otherwise, that will all disappear when the high tide comes in. You will just see these big rocks on the inside. You won't see that. Again, another reason why we like to bring you on these out places like this here, especially at low tide. We always say that if you come to Barbados and you're walking in Barbados, make sure and go and time it for low tide if you can, because trust me, the beauty at low tide will never be seen at high tide. And some people say, well, like I say, reverse that, beauty at high tide will never be seen at low tide. That's a joke. There's no comparison between a beach or a reef area at low tide and one at high tide. The low tide is superior because everything looks bigger. The beaches look bigger. The beaches are white clean of footprints and also of any sargassum or little bits or moss or anything that is swept away by the receding high tide. So you're seeing conditions that the high tide will never offer you, ever. So low tide walking, always recommended. If you don't take much more from me besides hikers, darker makers, and low tide, that's enough to pretty much give you a head start on everything. And also, ease you from bearing the consequences and the suffering of not doing those. We are not telling you anything here to make money for any shop or any store when we say buy hikers, buy hikers, buy hikers, buy mid-cuts, don't buy low ones. We're not making any money out of anything by saying get beach shoes, make sure they're laced down, don't go and buy the normal ones off the shelf that when you put your foot in the water it becomes a parachute, pulls the shoe off your foot or throws you in the water. We're not telling you any of that. We are telling you these things because our experience tells us to help others to get through hurdles before they encounter them. Basically, flatten the hurdles. So the hurdle, if you come to Barbados, explore the beaches, you want beach shoes. Don't come to Barbados with a pair of moccasin style beach shoes, sit them on, walk through water, and then spend the rest of the day looking for that shoe or be miserable because you can't go anywhere without a shoe. That's the first thing. Second thing is, don't come to Barbados and walk these kind of areas out here in the wrong shoes. You need something with good knobbly treads in them, not just a cross cut like a software or a trainer. And those trainers, yes, some of them do have the aggressive grips as well too, but they're not really designed for this. The actual side of the shoe is not designed to take the impact of coral or spiked or big cactus or anything like that. You want something that is surrounding your ankle with good support, good padding and good support, and also with a toe buffer on the top because you're going to kick your rocks occasionally as well. You don't want to break a toe, you don't want to do any damage to your foot. So just little things we like to let you know of. If you are vacationing in Barbados or visiting Barbados or living in Barbados and you want to go to the beach and just walk up and down that beach, Paynes Bay, or if you're walking up or down Carlisle Bay or Brandon's or any of those places, that's fine. You don't need shoes for that. If you're venturing off of there and you're doing any linking of beaches to beaches which involve going across cut rock or anything like that, you need beach shoes. Beach shoes could suffice for majority of this walk as well, but if you're coming out here and you want to venture down the beaches or across the coral cliffs, you're not going to be able to do that with beach shoes. So this is why we like to recommend if you're out here, put on your hikers. You want all your protection when you're out here on your feet, for sure. All these beautiful areas of where I've had a lot of erosion, you can see the difference of growth and stuff out here as to what has slipped recently. A lot of slippage has been going on the actual hiking trails out here. So just exercise caution for us, please. But this is beautiful Barbados. Look at lather rock from the side. Is that not just an impressive wave though? Chee-wee. Top, well, lovely. Look at that there, look. Peeling then. Absolutely lovely. Perfect conditions. Alright, back on the track. You see it's a well-worn track. Although there's been rain in Barbados, there are people that walked where they said. About 6 people came through here just now a few minutes ago. And I'm sure others have as well. There are also hiking groups that we use here on weekends and stuff. So generally, these tracks will remain as you see. You'll see some areas where the trees have been bent back and broken back and left there, like mulching and stuff. That also happens as well. But in general, the path is fairly clear because people come through here fairly quickly sometimes too. Even some bicycle guys come through these roads as well. So some of these tracks. It's beautiful. I like the coastline, but I love how they have these little trails leading through the bush. It makes it feel as though you're in the outback, you know. It's adds a lot and enhances the walk down here beautifully, and also of course our video. So you'll see how it can get pretty tricky in some areas. I'll show you in a minute. So don't just look at the beginning of this video, say like going hiking down there, walking down there, and you are not able to go through stuff like this. Remember, the day you come down here may be wet. This here is sand, mud and clay mix. When down here gets wet, it is like stepping on a plate of oil. It is slippery, slippery, slippery. Even your hikers will be challenged down here when it's wet, because all the tracks will fill up with the clay that they're going to stick to, as mine have already started doing the bottom there. It was a little wetter than I thought. So these are areas. So climbing up here in dry, easy, cakewalk. Climb up here in the wet, 4x4. You're going down on all. You're going down your hands, you're going on your feet, or on your knees in some cases to get up something like that, because you're going to be sliding all the time. But look at the views. Now you'll understand why we say when you're going somewhere in reverse directions, how you're taking in a different view and a different feel entirely. So we can walk these in either direction. You can walk these from down at Glenburnie, or anywhere really kind of starting point, but Glenburnie being the closest here to drive to. You can start it there, or you can start it, see, someone skated here recently. That's because the grass is beginning to give away. or you could start at Glenburnie, which is the next stop to here where you could drive to. But either which way you can come, you can enjoy it. Remember though, you want to time it, sun. Very important for this hike as well. You don't want to be walking into the sunlight at all, period. Because if not, all of your pictures are going to cast with the overhead glare and over brightness. So you want to make sure that when you're walking or taking any hikes, if you're going for photography purposes, or even other ways, because you don't want to be walking into glaring sun, walk with the sun in your back. So if you're going to walk early sunrise morning, start at Martin's Bay, walk the other direction. If not, half the views you will not see, because you're going to be looking into blinding sunlights. Views such as, wow, look at that, another rock going off. Whoa, check it, man. Check the bowling. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, so remember the sun is a critical thing as well when you're doing these here. Even if you're not taking pictures, you don't want to be walking into glaring sun in the morning. So walk away from the sun at all times. Afternoon, walk away from the sun as well. Start at Glenburnie, walk towards Martin's Bay. That'll be the way. Only recommendations, I'm not telling you how to do anything. Only explain to you based on our general knowledge and also our experience on what to do and what not to do to help you. It's a hot day. Hopefully this camera doesn't overheat. It did overheat with us a couple of times recently, but we did finish the vlog just in time. Hopefully that will happen again as well. Maybe again a little shade on, like comfort it a little bit, because it's very, very hot. Humid out here. Wind coming from nowhere right now where we are. Look, see leaves? Nothing moving. Absolutely nothing moving. Hot, hot, hot like fire too. My back feels like got a roasting iron on it. Hot. At least we got a little shade now. A little more of a challenge going through here as well, you see. We've done these here quite a few times. We've never done them in 4K, and we've never done them with live because of no signal. So this is a new footage for us of this area, so hope you're enjoying it. Again, thank you Jeannette for brainstorming all this stuff all the time, enhancing our productions. And again, we are not doing it to make our journey, it's to make ourselves grow, give ourselves room to grow and heal. That's going to come through love. However, what does help us is when there are others that are finding benefits from it as well, because it encourages us to push more and more for others as well. So Jeannette has always got her finger on the trigger, ready to set it up and do whatever she has to make sure that it goes as well as possible and that we can treat you to as much beauty as physically possible. Got a couple of cobwebs, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going for a lookout point, because you really can't do anywhere from here. We gotta go back behind. But I just want to bring you here and let you have a look out here and see what it looks like. You can have a look right up in, almost into Martin's Bay from here. Just breathtaking. Now, if you're holding your breath right now, because it is so beautiful and so hard to absorb, here we go. We're going to give you a 20-second photo op. Now, aren't you being spoiled? You didn't only get 20-second photo up, you got an EMC 180. So today so far, no one has seen me unless they've seen me with their eyes. I have not let anybody see me through our live vlog. I have not let anybody see me on this here, I don't think. That is very unusual for me. I like to be in the camera all the time, because I like to go back home and freeze frame all my handsomeness and say, boy, he's so handsome for true real. But today I'm playing hard to get. I'm trying something different with you. All right, so more little obstacle courses coming up now, as we mentioned. These are just the little things. These are not major, but they're worthy taking note of. Wet here would mean a slide for sure. No doubt about that. You could see the angle and stuff on it. So we have little ravines like this here all over where there are waterways, where water would come down. For example, you get water running down here, although it's not an official waterway. It would definitely run down through here and down the hill onto the beach itself. So these areas can be a little damp in the bottom. See? We're walking on very, very hard, crispy mud, and then we're butting up on some damp section. So water would have run out the hill, down here, through this little bit of a gully, and down into the sea. That would be the natural run of it. You could see the mud from those 6 people coming through before the mud turned up in the grass. That would mean that there's had someone walk through here fairly recently, because not that would have washed off in the last rain that we had. So there are little things that you can look out for, so you're not caught off guard if you run into anyone as you're making walks. You know, just little things. Just experiment with it yourself and enjoy it. I got a spider here that I'm fighting with, so forgive me. Oh boy, a moo cow. Go. Don't chase me here. So, oh, we have 2 of them here. That's interesting. I don't know if you're going to go around that or what, but this one here, like, she's looking to turn around and say hello to me. So we will back off for a minute. And what we'll do is, we are not missing this walk. We will have to go through the bush because I got to get down here. So somebody else had to do the same thing before too. Because seeing some crushed down grass here as well. We just talked about the crushed down grass, what that indicates. So, again, hikers here, I have the confidence that if I'm walking across here, that even if I walk into something that's not what I expect, I am not actually going to go and cut my foot. You all hear that thunder in the distance? That's a convection of thunder that we saw yesterday. I'm just trying to work my way through here. If I can find a way through here after the cow without having any problems, because I don't feel walking the whole way up through the bush. So I'm going to experiment now. And let's see if he remains quiet as a calf, so it should be okay. Let me see, I just got myself tied up here with a vine, so let's get rid of that vine first. We shall go again. I was just worried about the more mature one. I really don't want to have a fight with a bull down here, you know. I don't have a problem with doing it, but I'm not a person, I'm an advocate against animal cruelty, so I don't want to have any fight with a bull. Alright, so I guess by now if you'd be watching any of our vlogs, you already know I like to laugh at myself. A lot of people said, well, he thinks he's funny, you know. That's what he's laughing at himself. I actually laugh because I find fun in most things, especially my stupidity sometimes. I like that as well too. My forgetful way, that is a rat in itself. Alright, so you would have seen you can butt up on a cow or a bull. We didn't butt any bull, we just bought a cow and her calf, but we are just going to keep them, you know, at distance length. Alright, another little thing. I know you're going to know, but you got these vines, they're going to be running all over because we're on this type of surface where this grows. And you also have the sour grass, which is what we call this here, Bajans call it sour grass. This will grow mat and grow all along here, will intertwine itself. So when you're walking, don't drag your feet, because what can happen is you can actually walk into one of them, it's like a lasso, and throw you down. Also, just be wary when you're stepping, you'll step on one and then trip your foot with the other arm as you start to pull your foot through that same area. But look at Barbados, so rain down the north, no problem. Builds the character of our vlog today, or our video today. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful conditions. We don't have any of our Sky Water Force fields with us today. I know that's crazy, no? But I couldn't come through out here with this dense overgrowth with that, because every time I do that, I have to go through a ritual of conducting some of the most amazing forward limbo. If you've never seen forward limbo, ask me to demonstrate it for you next time. I don't charge much. Just send your donations to Jeannette and I will forward limbo for you. But Jeannette, she may not be here with me in person. If not, you would be hearing her talking a lot of nonsense that she likes to do and give me a lot of trouble. So I sort of like sharing licks in that direction, and she's not here at the moment, and she can't threaten me of making me starve tonight or not feeding me any food for next week. So she does that all the time, just saying. So she tells you she doesn't do that at all, you know already. I tell the truth. Look at this, oh. Talk about absolutely gorgeous. Man, no matter where you look out here, even if you do so and turn around and scan into the hills, the lush vegetation, talk about calming and peaceful and beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Beautiful, beautiful place. As I mentioned, we saw 6 people out here walking earlier on, about 6 people I think it was. We haven't seen anybody else. We haven't even seen them while we were walking, so understand this is a fairly secluded area. So if you were coming through here, it's fine. Just be wary of that it is a secluded area. It is a hiker's route. A lot of people will be on this here. Well, not a lot, but you will get some people on it. So it won't always be lonely kind of stuff. But as you can see, it does breed areas of overgrowth and isolation, just to show you what I'm talking about. So just be wary. Like anywhere else you're going, exercise caution. Keep looking around you. Just keep your eyes peeled. You know, prevention is the best cure. So, and awareness as well. If you're aware of this before you walk down here, as we are doing right now, make you aware of it, and then you understand what is down here, then you are aware of what it's going to be, and you will know how to exercise your caution from the beginning. Oh, here's very slippery. I almost went down there again, believe it or not. All right, so we did a vlog from in here one time, just around there, and we started there coming back this way. All right, so we had a stop again just now. We took a brief stop, so you see a little bit of a mix here in the video, and that is because the camera overheated. It's very, very hot, as I said before. This is why we generally don't like to do vlogs at this time of day with high resolution, because especially long ones, because it definitely puts a toll on the equipment for sure. But this is the best time to show you this here, as in visibility wise, and you can really take in all the lush greens and different colors all over. So we're through some shade again. We did cool down for like 10 minutes. Let's hope we'll finish the rest of this walk down into Glenburnie, and then after that there, well, not a problem. We just want to make sure we could do one section, and then we come back the other way, do some photos, and leave the other section for another day. It's just beautiful though. Stunning out here. See, they had some recent chop offs of branches and stuff. That is a cupola, I think it's what it's called down in the little islands. That makes baskets and stuff, but very, very cutty, serrated edges, so be careful. All these here cut you real bad, so be careful. I don't have on any shirt, so I might tell you to be careful and walking bareback, but this is my general terror, so I like to be for sure. Beautiful though. So this, I would say, I rate this here at a 4. Hiking wise, energy wise, what ability you would need, because as I said, very slippery right now. It's dresh conditions. If this was wet, entirely different story. I mean, completely different story. It would be 10 times harder, not 1, 2, 3 times harder, 10 times harder for sure. You wouldn't be going anywhere. All these places here, be fearful. All right, so overhangs, slip off. To talk about them all the time. Right here, about a foot back for this edge. We stand on that. That's going to go with you. We'll show you from over here, so you'll see that we're not trying to pull anything over your eyes. We're just making you alert, as we do with everything else. You see all of the grass, how it all disappears under there. See, all under there is just nothing. So you step a foot out there for the edge you're going over for sure, so be careful. You can see the angles on the descent here. Not anything major to worry about, but if this is wet, different story. It's a little damp right now, so there is a little movement and stuff, like especially here. You can see how bare this grass is. This is where one of those photos I had a little bit of a slippage coming down. I just had a little slippage too, but I do have on the right foot gear, so it generally will catch sooner or later. But you could see the kind of slippage that they've encountered. This here would be a river if it was really raining heavily now. This would definitely be a river. Water would be right up the banks on this here. So again, if it's a day before heavy rains, I wouldn't recommend you go hiking the next day. Make sure a couple of days to dry. Right now it's beastly hot, so within a day, it's even a half a day, most things will be dried out. However, these areas are under shelter, and also they're being continuously fed with water coming from the hills. So I wouldn't recommend coming out the day after heavy rainfall and going for a walk for sure. All right, we're coming up into Glenburnie area soon. That's where we will call that it for this leg. Still a little way to go, but we're almost there. Actually seeing the rocks at Glenburnie now from where we are. Still quite a little walk. So we tried hikes all up, well not hikes, but morning vlogs all up in here. We've done sunrises from a lot of these sections I mentioned. Had some terrible results. So we sort of like just don't visit these areas. Recently we had stopped visiting Bottom Bay and up in that section because of the terrible signal. However, we were at Bottom Bay last week. We had some really good signals on top of the cliff. Not that we went anywhere, because you know the signals can drop very quickly. So we just basically brought on top of the cliff. We walked from St. Lawrence over the Bottom's Bay along the actual ridge itself where we were getting good signal. So we brought that for you live, and that was a lot of fun. Alright, you see how the tracks again narrower here are narrower. This is because more and more erosion is taking place. Look at the banking here. Understand if any big hurricane swell comes through and hits this banking, this is clay, mud and sand mixed together. Very weak matter that will move for sure. So this whole cliff area here will start to decay. See overhangs again. It's right to your reference. Again, you go to the edge of that there, 1 foot out to the edge of that, 1 foot away. You're literally standing on top of grass, only no underneath, no support. So when you're walking, you're standing inside of the path. Look how close it's getting. In no time, this will probably be gone, and they're going to have to come through and cut out some of the bush here to make your way along here. They'll have to cut out some of the sea grape bush and make a new path. So you can see how bad it's getting. It's actually falling away on my ankle, on my feet. As I step, I'm feeling the underneath moving a little bit. So when you walk through, I grab a piece of the coconut branch, sorry, piece of the sea grape branch, and use that as stabilizer. You don't want to be going down there. Alright, this is like a big drop, but you're dropping in rocks. Even back there is a big drop. Here it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, as you can see. So please exercise caution. Be very aware of out here. Look at this path. This is serious. This is most definitely not a comforting feeling going across here. I'm pretty good at balancing and stuff. I've had a lot of experience at walking these areas. However, that definitely does not feel very comforting at all. So that is some place I would not frequent too often. You know, you wouldn't really do it because you generally just hike through here and call that it. So you wouldn't generally do it anyhow. But I won't frequent there too often. Again, another trapment area for water. So again, another reason not to come down here when it's raining. Still very wet here. There's a lot of shade and stuff here. A lot of moisture in the ground here. Just had another back slip again. You may not see them, but I've had a few of them on this walk for sure. Although it's relatively dry. So our section today will be covering from Martin's Bay, going in another direction, northwesterly direction, along to a place called Glenburnie. They are the two accessible points at either end of this one that we're doing. Martin's Bay, where you can park and walk, or Glenburnie, park and walk. In either direction, depending on which way you want to go, any time of day, which you've talked about already, you will decide that for yourself. This is actually Glenburnie here now. I'm going to go up, show you, tell you a little bit about up here if the camera light stands up long enough. Just make our way down the embankment. There is water in the bottom here. You may not be able to see it, but there is. I'll show you. So you got to be careful. Stepping in there, you're stepping into clay. You're filling your boot tracks with everything you can possibly imagine that you don't want in them. So be careful. Pick your paths. Try and stay away from water. Already wet, salty ground. Lots of water out here, all over. Really can't avoid it. Just got to take your time. See, this whole area, water will run off of up here down to the sea. So this is all wet right now. I remember one morning doing a live vlog out here, going down the lower elevation and stepping on what I thought was a solid area, to find myself down knee deep of water, knee deep of mud and clay, where I had to put my hand down and help my foot come out so I didn't lose my shoe. I won't forget that. I also took a big fall out here too. Remember that as well too. Talking, and stepped in a rock the wrong way, upside down. Not many people realize it, but I brought attention to it because I ain't got a problem with that. So things happen. It tells you how easy you can fall. It shows people that it's not just words. Beautiful. Just stunning. We go over the cliff. Just be walking down here because that's where the track goes. And I don't want to go across the loose rocks. Alright, so this is Glenburnie. Bus turns here as well. So bus goes to Martin's Bay, bus goes to Glenburnie. If you're not a person that wants to walk this walk that we've just done and then go over it again to get back, as I'm going to do this morning, you can take a bus, get off here. It's going to mean you have to go back to town and come back out again. But that is an option that you can do. You can get a bus here, then you can walk up to Martin's Bay where it's comfortable, sit down, get something to eat, relax up there at Bay Tavern, and then get a bus from there. And well, I don't know how often it runs, maybe on the hour or something, but just talk to the locals and they will tell you. More tracks to go on this direction here. When we next come back, on this section, we'll be going through a footpath that goes there, slightly up into the land, and then comes back down in front of Foster Hall. There's no path along the water's edge. It's blocked by rocks, and there's also rocky beaches the whole way down. So if you went down here, it'd be so uncomfortable, take so long, and it'd be so risky of a fall that you may not want to do that at all. I remember, this is in my teens now, I remember coming to a big fete down here at this beach house. It was located right here where you're seeing this piece of art, right? That's where it was located. Look at it right here. That's where the beach house was. This was all level land. Level from here right across. Had a big gallery, I think it was 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms if I remember correctly. A real nice beach house. And that there over the years, the erosion has just taken out all of the surface below it and took down everything. So years ago the foundation cracked on that. The actual structure itself started to split because of the pressures on the wood and stuff, and then it was deemed dangerous and left as it is, as you can see. But all down here was on the same level as up there. The front exact section here on the underneath the actual gallery had a little bit of type of a support as it does now, but this was at level. So that whole top level up there that you're seeing used to come across the top of this here at one level in a building, and then of course it had the front elevation here, but that was all in one steady level. That will tell you, and that was in my lifetime. So in my teens, I'm not telling you when I was, I'm not letting you know. I am 53, you work your way back, get out your calculator and do that. 1971, 5th of April. Oh, you like that? I got that verse then. Couple of little pools down in here, rock pools again. More of a tide pools. This guy down here, he's looking for sea cat. It looks like he has his spike with him, or he may be just cooling off with his spike in his hand, I'm not sure. Train lines run all under here in the water. I'll show you them from here. You will see them in the distance there. That is how far out the land used to be. That's where the train used to run. That would have been the upright columns that would have held up the train track itself. So that will give you an indication of the amount of land that's been lost on this side of the island over the years, because that is where the train would have run along there and right up. Now, as I said, that they would look for the most level spots. It can be very close to the edge. However, that was a suitable area to put a train track in the past days. So you understand how much land has actually gone, because those spikes would have come right under here in the water again, right past that guy there with his dog and stuff, and right down through there along the coastline itself without going into the hills. Alright, so our next adventure that we do from this general area will be either coming to here or going from here, but going between here and Tent Bay. That will be another one of our stages to come up. But you've seen this section now, we've done from Martins Bay, and we've done right down to Glenburnie comprehensively. You can walk across down below here if you want on sunny footpaths and stuff, but all you're going to do is get a little close to water, and you're going to have a lot of difficulties. You're going to find huge crab holes and massive cuts, faults in the actual clay and stuff you may not actually see. So no sense in endangering ourselves with that there. We brought you and we've shown you what we want to show you. I think I'll get a little closer though, that I can look right up by Martins Bay and give you a close-in circle or 180 of love, so that you can enjoy the views of this coastline right down here from the water's edge. And then we will be signing off and saying goodbye for the day. Okay, it is now 20 to 1. I can't remember what time we started. I don't honestly remember, but I think it's 11:30 or something like that. We did live this morning, or this one here started. So we've been doing it for a long time. This is a fairly long one, but it has been our pleasure to bring this to you, because this is what we want to do. We want to share the beauty of Barbados. It helps heal us with you. So no matter where in the world, you can also have a little bit of healing. We also want to share with you Barbados like this here, because there are a lot of you that can't physically ever come to see this, whether you're a Barbadian or a visitor. You will never be able to come and see us because of your physical condition. We also want to share this with those that can no longer travel to Barbados. This is beautiful Barbados that you may not have got a chance to see. So the island that you considered amazing is even more amazing when you get a chance to see these areas. Beautiful swell coming in here from the hurricane. Definitely starting to change. The wind's coming a little more off the east now than it was earlier on today. Started coming like straight side on right now at the moment. So I would say we're definitely having the impact now of Leslie, Hurricane Leslie. So people, this is our farewell 360 or circle of love. We can do a circle of love for you. You can go the other way around so you don't get dizzy. I can't remember which way we normally go. We're going to go the other way around anyhow. This way is going to be the other way around as far as I'm concerned. Here we go. Thank you for keeping my company and strolling with me this morning. Jeanette's in my heart, and I can say comfortably on behalf of her and myself, thank you and we love you. This is our journey, and we're hoping that you are also finding some kind of relief and ease from that sharpness of life. It tends to cut you up and shred you to pieces. Hopefully this will help to make it a little more easy to deal with life by just viewing this. Remember, it's up on YouTube, so you don't have to just watch it today. You can come back and watch it over and over and over, or you can watch a little piece today, a little piece tomorrow, a little piece every day for the whole week. We've gone well over an hour. Hope you all have a blessed time. Remember, your love that you are feeling is going to come when you generate love to others. Love is not really, you not really feel true love until you are able to express it to others, and in order to do so, you have to love yourself. In order to love yourself, you have to forgive all the things in your past and move forward, saying that, all right, there are lessons. I'm going to make sure that nothing like that happens again, and do your absolute best to avoid doing things that you know up front are not right and not positive and not supposed to be good in the shadows of the light that we move in. So don't go into those shadows, stay in the light. Make sure that you keep happy, and make sure you share your love, and make sure you enjoy life and keep yourself safe. Remember, if you don't protect your vessel, you can't take the word. You're not worth anything to anyone, including yourself, if you don't take care of yourself. So start with yourself first. After you've got yourself under control, then start to send it out to everyone. The amount you're going to get back is going to be unbelievable. We get that every day. Have a blessed day from Jeanette and myself. We love you on behalf of the Journey 246. Thank you for walking with us.